Oh, we're ready? Good evening and welcome to Vibe with Andy. I am your host, Andy Antonio, and this is Think to Talk Virgin Islands edition. In this two-part series, we'll be talking about the former Premier of the British Virgin Islands, Andrew Althorofoy, the former Director of the BVI Port Authority, Olivine Maynard. Kicking off this series, the Premier of the British Virgin Islands, Andrew Althorofoy, aka Head Coach, along with the Director of the British Virgin Islands Port Authority, Olivine Maynard, aka Queen of the East, aka Queen of the Virgin Islands, aka New Queen of the South, were arrested on drug trafficking and money laundering fraud in Miami, Florida. Could you believe this? Finally, the British Virgin Islands have been marketed worldwide, and it's not by the British Virgin Islands Tourist Board.
A focused crackdown on drugs in the United States. Officials have arrested Prime Minister of the British Virgin Islands Andrew Foy under charges of drug smuggling and money laundering in the US state of Florida.
And lows.
Andrew Foy hadn't reckoned on the lows of 2022. He's brought scandal and corruption to the British Virgin Islands. According to charges filed in the US, he'd agreed ports in the British Overseas Territory could store cocaine. In exchange, he'd get a cut of the profits. Mr. Foy thought he was dealing with a Mexican drug cartel, but the plan was a sting by undercover US agents.
If you read the 19-page affidavit, it was a script of a movie. Here is how the Director of the British Virgin Islands Port Authority threw the Premier of the British Virgin Islands under the bus. She stated in the 19-page affidavit, Maynard added, "You see, with my Premier, he's a little crook sometimes. Sometimes. He's not always straight. Girl, Lord Jesus." Also in the affidavit, shocking tales from the Premier, who always pray before every meeting. He stated in the affidavit that he had a friend who managed a lot of things, including moving guns and cocaine. But that's not even the bad part. That's not even the tea. Here's the tea. Do you believe in magic? Here it is. So check this here as I giving you the news. The US undercover probe actually began last fall with a series of mysterious meetings between confidential government informants posing as Mexican drug smugglers. Could you believe this? Could you believe this? With the help of informants, eventually they met with the BVI Premier, Foy, the Port Director, Maynard, and her son, Kadeem Maynard, to lure them into a deal. And the deal was, we just want you to bring the Colombian cocaine to the BVI so we could ship them to the States, to Miami. You understand where we're going? But the money was so sweet. Right. Listen to this now. So the pretend cartel people, who you know is the DA, but the pretend cartel people, tell them, the Premier and the Port Director, may give you $700,000, and then after that, once everything is done and the cocaine is shipped to the British Virgin Islands, you get millions later, approximately about $7.8 million when Andrew Foy pull out his calculator and calculate the numbers. I know he smiled. I would have smiled too. But you know the Premier believes in witches and old bear, and his intuition told him that one of the guys he was speaking to could have been an undercover police But because the money was so sweet, it went over his head. You understand? Poor Boy. I don't know what they call your head coach, because from your intuition tell you something wrong, brother man, you from the Caribbean, you up in your old man never told you. If your intuition tell you something wrong, brother man. You from West man, don't make the dumb mistake. Let's carry on. So they meet up at Opa-locka Executive Airport to check the $700,000 that was placed in an airplane at Opa-locka Airport. Who going on a plane to check cash? Brother man, bring me the cash in Tola. Let me count it for myself. Father went on to explain he believed in magic and witches and how to read lies in people. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're reading wrong, because when you got the first two inclination that these people may not be who they say they were, you still went ahead to make a deal because the money was sweet. Check this. Towards the ending of the meeting, Foy asked Miss Maynard to leave the room. Girl, get out the room. I need to talk business, which she complied. She did. Foy told the CS he also needed $83,000 to pay back a debt he owed to someone in Senegal. That's not even a juicy part. You've been a premier for the last 3.5 years, and you mean to tell me you don't have $83,000 in your account? You have to go ask a cartel, or supposedly cartel, or undercover DEA to help you pay a man in Senegal $83,000? I think you done lost your damn mind. Anyhow, Foy would fly to join the CS in St. Martin on May 2nd, 2022, where they would meet a man from Senegal and pay back the debt on behalf of Foy.
And walk with your money. Yeah. I can't do nothing for you if you ain't got a paper. Walk with that. You're gonna need that.